Hey, in this video, we are going to talk about how tape is used in screen printing to tape up your screens, to tape off images, registration marks, what to do, what not to do. Stick with us. Thanks for joining us. My name is Steven. I'm with NorCal Screen Print Supply, and this is our free print advice video log series. Today we're talking about tape. Why do I tape off a screen? Solely to keep ink from going through the areas that you don't want it to. So this is our print area right here. These are registration marks, and this is open area of mesh around the sides of our frame. We use tape to block out the areas where we don't want ink to go through. The tape is applied around the outsides of the frame after the screen has been exposed and washed out and dried. We put the screen on the press as we're getting ready to align our print. We want our edges to be taped off. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and measure out the length of tape that is the frame. I'm going to cut it, and from here I'm going to fold this tape in a U around my pointer fingers like that. Now I'm going to place my pointer fingers in the corners of the frame and gently just tap it down. From here, you just push the tape into place with your fingers, and there we go. It's all taped right here. And we repeat this process all the way around the frame. The reason why we tape the screen on this side and not on this side is that we want to prevent ink from getting into the corners between our mesh and the frame. It's very difficult to get out if you get it in there. I'd like to tell you about the kinds of tape that people use in screen printing. First and foremost, we have a 2-inch utility blockout tape. So this is low adhesive, chemical resistant. It's pretty thin. It does not leave adhesive behind on your screen frame or on your mesh. We can apply this tape onto our emulsion, and we can peel it off. Notice it doesn't take the emulsion off with it. It's pretty cheap, and it gets the job done. The next tape we have here is a 2-inch blue tape, and this has quite a bit more adhesive on it. It's generally used to block out around the edges of your frame. We would use a thicker blue tape with more adhesive for cataloging our screens. The next tape that I have here is a 3-inch split tape. So this tape has one side with adhesive, and on the other side it doesn't have any adhesive. So this would be applied around the edges of your screen frame with the non-adhesive side up on the frame itself rather than the mesh. This is a little bit wider than our 2-inch tape. It's 3 inches, a little bit easier to take off. Bigger shops with automatic screen presses use this a lot. They're using a bigger screen. They're doing maybe 100, 200, 300 screens a day. So the split tape is a little bit easier to remove, and I think that's why it's favored by those shops. The next tape I would like to talk about is a simple packing tape. Now, this is not really advised to use. The reason why we don't use this is it leaves adhesive behind on your emulsion and on your screen frame. So I avoid this, use it for taping boxes. It's great for that, but I don't like to use it on my screens because it leaves gunk behind. Okay, now we're going to go through a few tips when you're taping up your screens. I have a screen here. We have one imprint on here with registration marks. This is part of a 2-color imprint. But you notice I have them all in a row here. And the reason why I have them in a row is because when I get ready to tape these off after I've registered my job, I only need 2 pieces of tape. So I don't like to cut 6 pieces of tape. I like to cut 2. It saves a little bit of time. Of course, we would tape these off when we're on press before we get ready to print. And you'll notice I taped them on the bottom. I don't like to tape them on the print side because the squeegee is just going to go over them. It peels the tape up, ink gets underneath, and then you got a mess on your hands. Also, I like to use the 2-inch blockout tape to tape off my registration marks because it doesn't peel the emulsion off. The 2-inch blockout low adhesive tape is easy to get off when you go to reclaim your screens as well. I've talked to a lot of screen printers who, when they started out, used entirely too much tape. I am one of those printers. When I started out, I think I just enjoyed taping screens. I thought it was fun, I'm not quite sure, but I would end up with this, right? This is a left chest imprint, and I would tape the whole thing just because I thought it was a good idea. All you're doing is wasting tape and wasting money and wasting time. When you put the tape this close to the imprint, the squeegee is going to go over that and just start to peel the tape back. Ink is going to go underneath the tape, and it's going to probably end up on your shirt. No need to do this. Stick with this. This looks great. Perfectly taped screen, ready to print. And that's that. This video is part of our playlist entitled Free Print Advice. If you don't want to miss out on helpful screen printing videos, please like and subscribe and hit the little bell.